Yeah, everybody's got one.
Lemon gin.
Instead of beverage sauce, I'm like, oh, okay, that's.
So this next one is really important. I mean, it's real fundamental, but I think it's important for us to do a little self-inspection and think about who you're working with, what your environment is. We talk about a point of power, and those are, some people live in this world of blame, excuse, and denial. We all do it at certain points, right? But when it becomes in your staff, or you hear people why things aren't working, why things aren't right, you know, it's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else. There's no real responsibility in that. And that we talk about putting people to bed, or putting that whole thing to bed. You know, and myself as a coach, I want to work really hard at making sure people understand they're below the point, if they are. And it's my job to call that out and say, hey, you're really below the point here. I mean, people that are going to do great things talk about ideas, right? People who are going to do okay things in life, I think, talk a lot about events. And people who are kind of not going to do a lot, I think, in life are people that talk about people. It's the ideas that, you know, and it's the same kind of thing within this model. And so think about it. I mean, you know, you'll start to, Karen and I often catch ourselves with, hey, that's below the point kind of, well, before we say something, I'm going to go below the point for a while here, all right? And then, you know, we kind of get it out. But of course, above the point is where we get our oar going. And we want that oar in the water going all in the same direction. Everybody, you know, when you build an environment and a team, you've got ownership, accountability, responsibility, all going in the same direction, and people are taking control of that. It makes a big difference. You can put it on somebody you can trust, and that's where trust comes from, and that's so critical to what we have in business and relationships. Right? So these guys generally are pretty powerless. I mean, if you're saying, we're just not making it because the economy's bad, well, you've set your mind up to be not very successful. You've got an excuse, the economy's bad. Now maybe that's an influence, but you need to think about how do we take some responsibility and change that, or whatever else it might be. We always have these kind of excuses, and I think we have to look at them because we want to be powerful, right? We want to have power, and that's what that whole OR concept will do. When we had the YMCA going, we had all the executives doing their OR before we were done. They were just, yeah, let's all go in that direction. Let's go in that direction. It was really exciting and fun to see. So the only real failure that I have for this, you know, in anything that you're involved in is, you know, failure to participate. The fact that you're here and you're participating and giving 100%, you're going to get 100% out of it. And I think that's the way it is in most things that we have in life, and I want to encourage that. There's a